All right, guys. Appreciate you guys joining. I do got 8:30. So if you're just joining in from the community, we'll get going here. You guys know I love to cover the stocks first. Pre-market's pulling back already. See that rejection off the 407.82. It's going to be a bumpy road today, right? Because we're really at a midpoint on stocks where we can pump up like crazy, or we could absolutely just tank. The bulls are trying to step in, thinking we're going to the moon. The bears are, stepping in, saying no, you're not. Overall, I'm bearish on the market. Man, look at this pre-market just get wrecked. Probably had some news drop at 8:30 here, which we'll cover in a second. That looks like it came out bearish. So, you can see like what we were just talking about on TikTok, right? I mean, look at the market react. So let's take a look at the SPX here first. This is the SPX. I follow this one because if you choose the SPX right here, then this one's going to give you the after hours, right? So you can see the patterns a little bit better. So if you look at our indicators, I do have this drawn out. We have this falling wedge, and you can see it's starting to try to reject. I would suspect it's going to squeeze on this EMA here. If it breaks, then this falling wedge is not ready to break out yet. I would suspect it would fall down to about 4051. However, if we do break above this line, if you guys want to mark that too, probably a little higher, right about, yeah, that explains the rejection, because if you line up these two here, you do have a little wick outside, but that's okay. And so that's why it looks like we're rejecting here. If we do find some support early enough and break above this line, then that move should be pretty drastic north. But as of right now, it's not showing me that it's ready to break out yet. So some levels that I marked here, you can see 41.14. This is prior support. It's going to act as prior resistance. My call earlier this morning with some of my team that we were talking to is that this is going to likely try to create a inverse head and shoulder. This could be the fake out too, right? It doesn't have to be a north to south. We could have a southern fake out, create this whole low shoulder, right, and then come back up and then show the true and then burst for the close. So keep a close eye on SPX, because again, SPX shows the overall picture of the market, and if you're trading SPY. So I'm watching this pattern here. This would also validate this falling wedge, because you have the falling wedge. This shoulder would hit about halfway, mark somewhere in here, and then that would come back up to retest this wedge, which if it breaks this wedge, it would pump anyways, which would push it to past this neckline, which would pump us north. So just be really careful if you're going to play this pattern, because we do have a resistance line right here, right? So there's a chance it could come like this, hit this level of resistance, and then reject hard, right? That they love to fake like that too. So initially it seems like the market's gonna pull back a little, though. I want to show you guys, this is our new indicator that we just created. Look at that drop on the 1 minute. So this indicator is pretty amazing. So if you kind of look at this, it's called pretty well. Let me go to the 1 hour actually. All right. So you can see that it literally called the push north, called the push south, right? Called the little micro push north. Since then, it hasn't really called anything. We're just ranging in this zone. You can see the volume weighted or the volume visible range volume profile. We did reject right here, when it gets a little low volume anyways. So we're still rejecting on that. But this indicator is one we just created. It's pretty sick. But if you look at it here, there's really no gaps to fill. These right here tell you if a gap needs to be filled. This one did wick all the way up, so it did already fill that gap. So we want to zoom out and look lower, right, to see if there's anything down this way. So you can see we do have a gap. That one was filled there. So I don't see anything on the SPX. Let's take a look at the SPY, because I did see one earlier. Yeah, right here. So if you use our gap fill indicator that we just created, you can see here we still have a gap fill that never got filled, somewhere around the 395 to 398 range. So we're going to come back for that at some point. I don't have any gaps up this way that have not been filled, but we do have a slight gap fill here, but that's covering it on the pre-market. So this did get actually filled. And then there's a little bitty one up here, right? So, that's kind of what I'm watching on that when it comes to that, the new indicator setup. So, as far as the low, guys, on SPY, I see, us continuing to test this range somewhere around 404, 405. If you're anywhere around that range, you might want to look for calls. If you're wanting to stay more put, a big area to watch is this 200 EMA on the 1 hour. If we can't break this, which it looks like it's struggling, right, even on the pre-market, then you want to still kind of be thinking put around this range unless we break above this. If we break above this and we hold support around 408, you may want to look at some calls. But again, just like the other one, right, don't ignore this trend line right here. This is going to be a pretty viable trend line right here. So at least for one rejection. So 411.85. I would get out of my calls somewhere around there. I wouldn't hold them past that. So it's kind of where I'm thinking today. If you guys want to trade the options with us, you guys can come into the Google Meet. You can do it for free. You just got to sign up at BotJock using your email. And then on the trading floor, we give out instructions. So let's take a look at the Dixie. This is doing what I thought. If you guys looked at the morning guidance I put out around here, I said be careful of this double bottom. It looks like it's trying. It did pump up and it rejected on the 1 hour 200 EMA. We'll see if that can hold. If this can hold and we can break this, flip this EMA and the neckline on a double bottom, dollar's pumping. I mean, it's gonna pump. This is another resistance line it would have to break, but if this double bottom hits, man, it should be enough to push that through. So, which is going to drive the markets down. So just be really careful on that, because remember, the dollar is what controls the markets there. And you can see our indicators just crush this. Look at this. Called the push up, called the push down, called the push up, called the push down. And then there's no calls right here, right? So there's nothing really calling this as far as signal. So we'll see how that plays out. On the VIX, I'll touch briefly on the VIX. You can see we peaked out. Y'all remember, if you've been following my my stuff for a bit here, when we were here, I was like, "There's no way, guys." Like, this is like low of lows on the VIX, right? And so, it played out perfectly. Ran it up. We ran it here. Ran it up again. We did get our double top retest fail, right? And then we had our down rejection. So from a VIX standpoint, I would suspect we're gonna find some support in that 17 range. You can draw a little bitty trend line like this, right? And there could be a potential support even found as high as 1840 right here. So you do kind of have your double top, right? So you could have that reversal. Just keeping an eye on that. For those who don't know, VIX is measures like fear in the market. So the higher it is, the more fearful people are, the market goes down. Lower it is, the more comfortable they are, the market goes up. So that's why we watch that. Bitcoin. So we put out this in the room in the Bitcoin side. There was a kind of a wick trend line here that we said be careful of. If you actually drag this one down, what's interesting, if you drag it down like this and touch where this is, it actually rejected off the lower wick, not this higher wick, right? So still a very viable rejection, which is what we just did here. And then I would just I'd be careful, guys, on the Bitcoin side, because we do have we do kind of have that double rejection here. You kind of have that double top here, but you're squeezing on the 1 hour 200 EMA, so you can see it even just got a nice bounce off of it. Our indicator did well, called the short, called the long. It hasn't really called anything specific yet, and we're sitting right in the range of our little flow here. From a zone tracker, you got super red in here. I would typically stay short up in this range, and I would stay long down in this range. Um, my call this morning was, we could see a pump as high as 29.8, and we could see a drop. I believe the call was, I think it was 28.6 was the first step, and then around 28.1. Keep in mind, guys, we do have a little something here forming, because you do have, if you take a line like this, right, and a line like this, you do have a bear flag forming. So if you break this channel here, if you want to draw that channel, then I would take that short because it's gonna fall. So just watch that bear flag. Ethereum, looks like we got that short call on Ethereum, hit TP1 really fast, but let's see what Ethereum looks like here. I want to keep doing the new indicator because this thing is pretty sick. Let's go to the 1 hour. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, so we got we're right at the point of control here. You can see just testing that point of control. So if we break down below this point of control and we lose support here, we should get a full gap fill. We do have this gap that has to continue to reclaim. We still have a gap fill down here around 1836 that has to claim. And it never quite completed up here around 1942. So you can see that the indicator is giving you a range here between 1825 and 1964 for ETH is kind of your range you want to play. So we're just dead smack in the middle, guys. So this is where the market makers want it to be on a Friday, guys, because like I said, their goal is on Fridays is to hit as many stop losses as they can and to trap as many trades as they can through contracts, right? So that's why you're going to see, pre-market pump and then open market dump, and then you might see a little bit of support and then another pump, right? They're going to try to keep you guessing, but typically wherever the low and the high of the day that it hits, they like to bounce that right in the middle. And then there's also the factor of how much liquidity or contracts they have in longs or shorts. So if they're heavy in longs, which they probably are, right? I have to pull up the heat maps. If they're heavy in long contracts, then they're gonna drive that south. They're just going to. But yeah, I hope that helps you guys out. If you guys want to trade with us, you can come in. We create a Google Meet just like you're staring at here. Every day we traded it yesterday. We had a great day. Made about almost $2,400. I actually traded the SPY on options, literally just trading this indicator. And I mean, we just literally, my average trade time, because we're scalpers, right? My average trade time was 5 minutes. And those are you guys that were in the room. You guys seen it. You can vouch. We get in, we get out, we make our money, which is how we go. So let's take a look at the ATA. We've got about 17 minutes left. So we did take an Aave short still. We're in that one. So let's open up Aave. For those new to the channel or watching on TikTok, this is our automated trader session. At Bodjock, we create a lot of tools. We create our own indicators. You have buy-sell signals. You have automated trading, and we educate you. Part of my goal is I run these automated traders with you. If you are experienced, go out and do what you need to do. You got tons of controls. If you go to the setting, you literally get the indicator on your chart. If you come into the settings, right, you can choose to where to take profit, where to dollar cost average. You can go long or short. The whole thing, right? So if you're experienced, hey, get in there and get it, right? If you're not experienced, it's okay. All you have to do is be able to follow instructions because I literally do it with you. So all you'd have to do is, just follow what I'm doing. So let's take a look at Aave. So we're still stuck, it looks like. Remember, we did have this second DCA on the short. It is a little high up in the range here, but I was doing that purposely. Remember, guys, the ATA is very patient. This is a win-win situation for me because if it comes up here, it's going to add volume, it's going to reject off here, and I'll be out in a really good profit. Or it's just going to drop down and I'm going to get in profit anyway, so I don't care. 14 days, half a month, made $100, so it's done well. It's stuck now, right? But that That's also partially my fault. If I would have allowed it to DCA up here, then it would have got out on this fall here. But that's okay. I'd rather play safe. So we are running only two DCAs now. So we did one already. This is the second one. This is where I told it to do it, about 7.5% away from the entry. And aside from that, we're just hanging tight. So not doing anything else with Aave. Let's take a look at ETH. Remember, ETH, we were stuck long and short on this one. So let's see if we got out of any of them. I think we're still about the same. Yeah, long and short. And if y'all remember, what we did is on our short, we're not going to DCA till we get to about 1940 to stay patient on that. And then our long, we're not going to DCA till we get down to here, about 1778 or so. And I have my long a little bit further away because I think overall we still have a gap to fill. The pullback's coming. So that's why I pulled that a little bit away. But ETH is, although it's not earning for me right now, it's not in a bad position because we go up. I'm going to profit my long and I'll DCA my short, bringing this up. If we go down, then I'll profit on my short and I'll DCA my long and that will come down. So it's a win-win. It's a matter of time, right? And you can see my shorts have made about 106 in 14 days. My longs made 33 in 16 days. So my long's been stuck for a bit. Y'all know I was hesitant. I stopped all my other longs. ETH is the only long that I kept going because I don't mind keeping one of them going. So, but still, $200 in half a month, right? It's not bad. And that's just one pair. So I'm not touching ETH. We're going to leave that one the same. We are also running LTC and Sol. So LTC we're running both ways. Let's see how that one's doing. See if it's been stuck yet. So we'll take a look at the longs. It looks like the long is stuck on one DCA, but not bad. The entry is here. I think, do we have two? Yeah, we're only doing one DCA. I haven't added another one, and I don't want to right now. So, but it's done well. 2 days made $50 almost. You got one DCA here. It is getting a little bit of support, right? So we're not too far from our entry. I'm just gonna leave it. I mean, I'm okay with that long entry there. So, awesome. Look at the short got out. So the short has made $295 in 15 days. And you can see all this is all the backlog test, guys. So you can see it got out of this short, which was really good. It did take a short again here, DCA'd, and it just got out on this one as well. So it looks like probably TP 2 or 3, so not a bad trade. But earning pretty well, and we're not in a short right now. So LTC's earning it. So guys, think about that. And this is not like a massive account, guys. This is like a $5,000 account you can do this on. So, and if you think about it, we made about $350 pretty much in 15 days on just LTC. And, we had the other ones, it was like 100 and like 100. So, I mean, like, $500 in half a month. So it's doing pretty well on that type of investment. So super happy with that. Not touching LTC. I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to make a lot of modifications as far as the ones I have open because it is Friday. I'm going to probably be okay just letting them roll through the weekend. Last one is Sol. Let's see how that one did, guys, because remember we actually stopped Sol at a great time because it pumped and then we re-added it. So it looks like we're probably okay because we had a little fall. Yeah, look at that. Boom, got out. So I started this yesterday. So far made me about $17. Look at these DCAs, guys. So good. Boom, out, DCA, out. I mean, Sol's just been really impressive. I hope some of you guys have been running this with me. I don't need to, y'all remember I did this alert here when we had this DCA. So I wasn't sure if it was going to break and I wanted to see if I wanted to add a second DCA. I don't need this anymore, so I'm going to delete it because we're not in a trade. So I'm going to let Sol run. I'm not going to run longs. I'm going to stay short. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 shorts and 2 longs. So let's take a look. We have about 10 minutes. Let's see, because it is Friday. I don't mind adding a little more, right? Let's take a look at Matic. Matic's just been holding this range. We have a lot of support down here. Guys, I'm gonna start a long on Matic, I think. Remember we ran Matic long for a while there. So to reactivate it, we're running long, Matic. Parabolic SARS is the strategy. It's a built-in strategy. Take profits are the same. I'm only doing 1 DCA. I don't want to risk anything more. I'm okay not running a stop loss because I trust in Maddox as a project, so I'm okay with if it pulls back a little bit, just holding that. So then we just adjust the date. 5/5, 8:50. Then we're gonna go to the 1 minute because that's where I trade mine on. You can do this ATA on anything. It could be on the 1 minute, it could be on the 5 minute, 15 minute. You know, you can use the technology how you want. I like to do the scalper. So once we have our close candle, it's super easy, guys. You just click these three dots. You click add alert. Come in here, ATA, Gambit, Matic, long. All right, let's see if Matic can pull a nice little long play for the weekend for us. I'm gonna go ahead and extend myself a little bit, I think, but let's take a look at, okay, so we got that. So let's save it. Matic's done, and you can see here, go to your alerts. Where is it? Trading view sometimes takes a second. We'll check it in a minute, but that alert should populate. So we can also run XRP or Doge. Let's see if we want to run any XRP or Doge. Guys, let's try. I haven't run XRP for a bit. Here. Run it with caution, guys. If you want to, if you're following along. I'm gonna run XRP. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do Parabolic SARS. Parabolic SARS is a little safer, but we are gonna do a stop loss. I'm gonna put it at like 7%, and then let's go ahead and put this at 5 at 8:52. Hopefully I don't regret this, but the reason why I'm going short more so than long is I did create a long on Matic already, and we are in the middle of the range, so could we go up? Sure, but we're likely to reject here, so I'll just add DCAs if I have to up here. So we're good. So once you have that set, guys, you can see how fast I do this. Oh, this is a Thanos one. That tells you how long it's been since I ran Matic, or XRP. Let me do this, I guess, guys. I have 8 minutes anyways, so let me show you guys who have not been through this or understand what I'm doing, how easy it is to set this up. So I took that off. You're going to go to your invite-only scripts. We do give you the actual script. I have a lot of them on here because we build them. So if I can find my Gambit, there it is. So when you do this, it's going to ask you for your email and your passphrase for security. I'm going to pull this off here real quick. Okay. All right. So now we have our indicator. It literally loads the indicator to your chart, guys. All we have to do is go and do the settings. So we're going to do a short. We choose the pair. I'm showing you how fast that we can set this guys up. Use the defaults take profits. At least I do. I only do 1 DCA, so I take those off. We are doing a stop loss. I don't want it to trade if it does stop loss. What this tells me is once it hits a stop loss, it won't take any more trades. So that way it doesn't continue to wreck you when you're sleeping. It helps me sleep at night, especially running XRP. Year is not 5, 2023. So month is 5. All I'm doing here, guys, is I'm closing the candle to tell the ATA that it's time to start running, right? You can start looking for a trade. That is all I'm doing. So 54. Oop, wrong way. Close trade on chart, right? And then we should get our yellow candle. There it is. That means you're kind of green light to go. And you guys see how fast I set that up? ATA, Gambit, what are we doing? XRP, short. We'll create that up. And there it is, guys. I literally, 30 seconds? We loaded that up. So it's super easy. We built the technology purposely this way, so it's super easy for you guys to do. If you understand how to trade, man, this is like you'll kill it with these things. If you don't know how to trade, it's okay. Just follow what I do. It's a video, it's recorded. You can just pause it. If you're live on TikTok, we record all this stuff. Let's take a look and make sure. So we have Ave short, long short, Sol, XRP. Where's my Matic? Did it not? Dang, guys, maybe this is why I use this as my to-do list. Maybe I didn't set the alert for Matic. Let's go back. This is why I use that as my to-do list, because sometimes TradingView either doesn't like it, or sometimes I just don't set it correctly. So yeah, so we got our yellow candle. Let's try to set an alert again. ATA, Gambit, Matic, long. Let's see, maybe I got out of it too soon. If it's not here, it's not active. There you go. Yeah, see that now it's active. And just go up and down, make sure there's no other ones, because we don't want definitely don't want it sending double signals, that's for sure. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shorts, 1, 2, 3 longs. So I'm a little overextended, but I'm okay with doing that going into the weekend. If I see any crazy movements in the market that concern me, I will reassess this tomorrow and I'll do a huddle to show you. Otherwise, guys, this is why I take 8 to 8:30. I set up my ATA, and it trades automatically. I don't touch none of it. I close this and I don't open it again until my next huddle. That is the way you keep your emotions in check, and you don't worry about it. And it's kind of like makes it like Christmas, right? You're super excited to check it out because you want to see what it earned. And then while those are trading crypto, I come in here and trade options. Right? That's just what I do. So pre-market's opening pretty strong, guys. So but it's an interesting spot. I'll end with this. If you're doing the options, we are in a bullish recovery of this line here, which is the last time it did this, it recovered this line, we went freaking parabolic, right? Same thing here, right? We bounced and went all the way to 413 or so. Now we have this EMA though, and look what rejected it here. So this could be a longer term rejection, right? So until we flip this 200 EMA on the 1 hour, I would be super careful. I'm taking a call right now. Just be patient, guys. It's Friday. Don't rush contracts. When you try to force something that's not there, that is when you get wrecked. If you guys want to come in and trade with us, if this is our community. If you go to botjock.com, right there, botjock.com, click on account. Once you create an account, you can come in here, trading floor, and this is where all the magic happens here. Awesome. If you're watching their jiggle, that's awesome, man. And then you get literally, guys, Botjock, we're a one-stop shop. You got our community stuff. All the training is actually free in there, aside from the academy. You get automated trading. We got buy sell signals. We create our own indicators. We have order books. We have all this free training in here if you don't understand what we're talking about. And we didn't even look at the economic events, guys, in the news. Let's see. So we got a lot going on today. Oh, that's what this was like. Non-farm payrolls, 8:30. Remember I was saying that something came out at 8:30. So actually came out pretty bullish. Interesting. That's pretty bullish on that. So let's see how that plays out. The rest of this, is not, there's no more 3 heads left today. So market makers are just going to run wild on that. But I appreciate you guys joining. It is 9 o'clock. I do like to keep these tight to 30 minutes for the recordings. Those of you guys in the community, we'll see you soon. Give me about 15 minutes and we'll send out the info for that call. If you guys want to join the call, you want to trade today, even if you don't have money, you don't have an account, you just want to hear what it's about, see what we're about, join the call. Come and hang out. We have a lot of fun. So appreciate